is still open for
Yep.
Evos if they want to pick it up. Do Onic want to ban that out just in case they flex the Fredrin? I don't know.
Do they even want to flex the Fredrin, right? I think this is still a very flexible comp from both, from Evos and from Onic. Dreams will be the target though here for the Grok and the Minotaur ban. Very different to what we saw in game number 1 where Onic actually banned the Export there. Paquito though, again, respect to Lutpi. Still 100% win rate? No! Yesterday, he actually lost his 100% win rate on the Paquito up against Bigatron Alpha in game 2. That was his first loss on Paquito, but still respected by Evos.
So what's the answer for Onic, right? They still need a way to dive into the back line. Paquito has been eliminated. Yuzong has been eliminated. Do they look for something like Terizla? A lockdown hero? A Lapu Lapu? How do they target this Natan?
We saw the Terizla earlier. I think it's great with card control, but without a lot of ways to really take advantage of everyone locked in the penalty zone. I feel like the Lapu Lapu, in a way, if you're really trying to threaten the backline, trying to delete the low Yi that's immobile through the shields, the Lapu Lapu, on paper at least, makes a lot more sense. But it's going to be a Farsa too? We haven't seen this combination in a while. The triple roam, Fredrin, Kadira, and Farsa. That's a lot of burst damage.
Kadita roam. Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while. Keyboy on the Kadita pick. Zace, comment?
Clockman has always been a mechanical player, but now his teamwork is also excellent. As for Annabelle, he is truly talented. We're starting to see that come to life, actually. I mean, earlier on we mentioned, right, number 2 most kills in the jungler position, right behind Kyrie. Annabelle has been able to secure that. Clockman has also been performing rather well, popping off in his own right. And now Evos, where is this Ruby going? Is it an EXP Ruby? Is it a Roam Ruby?
To banish all darkness.
The reveal.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's the Akai XP arrival.
Yeah.
Oh
Fluffy.
man, dream. Hey, sorry, Fluffy. The dream of Fluffy.
So that's a lot of global presence, right? You have Akai Arrival, and you also have the Luo Yi to boot. Onic go for the Thamus.
Against the Kai though, a lot of these threats do get nullified. It's going to be a very safe time for the Natan and the Luo Yi to really output that damage, unless Onic can use macro play to go for these weird flanks. We'll have to see, man. It's been a while since we saw the roaming Kadira against potentially the Ruby here. It's going to be so annoying.
It should be the Ruby, right? Akai. Wait a second. Akai EXP. Lancelot. Yeah.
Oh no, it's Akai roam.
It is a Kai roam. Wow.
So it's not the Akai
I
Arrival.
don't know, sometimes the screen is deceiving. Sometimes it's not accurate into the game, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, it looks like from the battle spell, flicker, no arrival, so I believe it should be roam.
Okay, we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, you see the wings flapping over the land of Dawn, signaling that we are about to witness game number 2.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches.
Can the Guardians of the Galaxy
Smash
force
them.
a game number 3 from the White Tigers, who are on a roll, showing them what it truly means to be an
Welcome
apex
to
predator.
Mobile Legends.
Seeing the lethal ignitions coming in for Keyboy and Sans, a dangerous combination against the Lancelot though. The question is, with so much mobility on the side of Evos as well, do they have any solutions here for the Lancelot? Because unlike other assassins, it's gonna be a bit more dangerous, but Dreams already is able to pressure Keyboy away and shut down his early game rotations.
I mean, technically the Akai pick does make sense, right? Because it's not necessarily as straightforward as something like the Tigreal, but it can dive into that backline and disrupt Sans every time he goes in for the Feather Airstrike.
And it is a great heavy spin bot if ever Brands or Clocken does get jumped on by multiple members, especially against a Thamus and a Fredrin, who kind of really wants to move forward right there. The heavy spin can just really completely deny any real counter-engage potential from the side of Onic. So it's a great tool defensively and aggressively potentially, depending on how Onic uses it.
The Praesor's Wrath, some water splashed on Dreams too. Sans looking for it. Oh, out of range, but Dreams also gets the passive shielding there. My big concern is Sans. because he was on the Eve and he got assassinated by Annabelle. I think the Farsa is a bit easier to assassinate, especially when you're on that feathered airstrike.
I guess has to wait for the moments where he is actually going with the wings by wings. But Fluffy here doing a great job just being aggressive, but almost never really caught out randomly, at least in this match so far.
Not just yet, but expect a lot of rotations from Onic, right? With Sans, with the wings by wings on the Farsa. The thing is, it wins in the mid lane because of the range, right? If it's a 2v1 against Glocken, wait a minute.
Look at Lupi. Trying to push forward here, has the Vengeance, pops the ultimate, goes on to Dreams, hits caught on the Imofed, it pops the Vengeance, but it might be too late. Lupi, oh my god, Lupi!
Oh.
Finds first blood, Eternal going to Onic. He bought so much time, he even got a kill.
What's kind of dangerous and kind of in the way of Annabelle right here, you're seeing that Keyboy doing a great job just coming in, hiding in these bushes, and if Annabelle isn't careful, he can absolutely get caught out. He does not have tools to just immediately cleanse off a lot of that crowd control coming in from Keyboy, and him together with Kyrie is being a big problem.
Rough waves, Keyboy on the Kadita. Takes Annabelle down, and in the bottom lane, Dreams actually pops the heavy spin. And CW just purifies and gets out. Kyrie on the orange buff, trying to look for the steal, has the retribution as well as Clockman tries to deny it, but it doesn't have any mana. Dreams doesn't have heavy spin either. It should be free for Kyrie. Retries it and jumps out. CW in a 1v1. Brand stealing some damage. Sans on the chase. Further airstrike. CW very low. Brand, oh, a good cancel from Dreams to prevent Brand's demise.
Just as you say that, right? The pick onto Annabelle was brilliant. One of the reasons why Evos were able to snowball so well in game number 1 was because nobody was able to disrupt the farming pattern from Annabelle, and at some point he was farming like crazy. He was ahead 3-4 levels against Kyrie, so they really didn't have any say when it came down to the neutral objective contest, but that is the beauty of this pick, right? The Thamus in a 1v1 situation has so much kill pressure, sustain, and that's the problem, right? When they go in for these 1v1 types of brawls, and maybe that's the reason why Onic opted to go for the Thamus in the second game.
Okay, looking for more fights in the early game, not giving Annabelle any space. 2 levels ahead, Kyrie this time round. Phantom execution and the Thorn Rose. Wow, Annabelle winning on the Retry battle. CW in the bottom lane, pressured a bit, but look at that. Feather airstrike and the Purify, and he gets it done. Sans.
Just the feathered airstrike from downtown with the passive. That's the burst threat, and now Onic with an abundance of catch potential. They're just the ones catching all Evos off guard.
Rough waves, Kyrie with a knock-up, not able to find a taunt. Fluffy, don't run Wolf King now as the Petrify connects onto Annabelle, and he will fall as well. I'm offended Flicker to bring him under the base, but Dreams, or under the turret, but Dreams doesn't have that heavy spin. Used it earlier on Sans. CW clears the bottom lane. Claw is in the bush. BMI is ready. Dreams is looking for the chase, with CW just walks up. Dreams, CW purifies out of there. Lupi now zoning Fluffy as Kyrie gets the turtle. A 2.3k gold lead now for Onic.
They are aggressive and they are not stopping here. With Giboy picking up yet another item on the board. What is the signal for him? Will he be more aggressive after that?
For who? For Brent?
For was it Sans or was it Keyboy?
For Keyboy.
It was for Sans.
For Sans, I think he's going to go for a Lightning Truncheon soon enough to go for extra bit of burst damage. And you're seeing that there's a lot of damage and the survivability. The wins by Sans.
Divergence. Sans actually going to get the passive down on Annabelle. Not able to find the final immobilized, but Annabelle gets assassinated by the Kadita in the back with a rough wave. Lupi looking for more, and that's another with the Appraiser's Wrath missing. It does not matter. Lupi claims a double kill, but Sans will fall to Brand's purple buff. Wide open. Onic will go for it.
1-for-3 trade. Onic pick up even more value than ever. Brand's now getting a little bit pressured and harassed, forcing the fact that he had to use that battle spell, and Lupi going crazy. Let's take a little update into the items.
Bloodwing for both the Kadita and the Farsa, both Keyboy and Sans. You would think they'll be playing a bit more passive, just waiting for an opportunity, but they have been in the thick and thin of the battle, just moving forward fearlessly, and even if they do get traded out, that's a 1-for-3 earlier. That's something that I think Evos need to start respecting. That damage is about to start ramping up. I think a big factor here is the fact that Sans can still go around, but look at this play. Even CW joining on the fun.
That's very interesting, you know. Kadita and the Farsa going for Bloodwings as their first item. That isn't common.
Well, against Lancelot, maybe that's why it's a bit more understandable. But I think for Sans in particular, the fact that Onic now can rotate a lot faster, and Sans himself can be multiple areas of the map so fast with the wings by wings, it's also giving him more pressure and more farm to actually get more things done in the midst of these big team fights. 5k gold lead for Onic right now, and Keyboy,
he has the entropy, he plays it back, oh Keyboy! Reads the entropy, Blake as CW forces him back, Fluffy! Running away, that last basic attack, not enough to take him down. Annabelle, defensive, phantom execution. Keyboy gets out, wonderfully played. Wow, Onic.
Onic just absolutely overwhelming Evos. They have the repositioning tools, they have damage, but when Onic come at you from so many different angles, we can see they're absolutely confused. Keyboy still waiting in the wings, looking for an opportunity.
Let's see battle 2. This time Kyrie will be the one winning it out without using a red tree. Sans gets picked up, and Clawkun does get picked up as well. A 1-for-1 trade, Keyboy, cancelled out. CW looking for the chase on the Brands, who has the entropy now. Oh, Brands! Will fall. CW pops the blazing duet, but will be taken down by Akai, the Panda Dreams. Lupi up top, trying to stop Annabelle from going for this farm, but he will still be able to do so. Not able to get that turret, no mana, very low, at least. One puncture down. Lupi still chasing Annabelle! I don't think he got the reset on the puncture, and Lupi is chasing, he wants blood, and he finds a killing spree up top.
2-for-3 trade and the corrosion scythe for Lupi. It was impossible for Annabelle to get out of that situation, he was so sticky.
Ludpi on the Thamus, man. Again, give him an aggressive hero, and you're gonna see him with murderous intent. With a Radiant armor completed, he is just going all in, and Keyboy once again being so elusive. That's how annoying the Kadita is with the passive, with the repositioning tools, the oddity as well.
Not a lot of people have made this Kadita work this season, but Keyboy picks it up, and this is the results that we're getting. So much pressure that Evos, they're not even brave enough to get out of their own base here. Wait a second.
Oh, the delay! Keyboy, my goodness, that was a risky play. It does not pay off. He dives in deep, Dreams is very low. Still able to get the shielding. Sans gets it, so it does pay off in the end. They zone Brands, they get Dreams, and they go for the Lord now.
I thought they were going to get Brands as well in one fell swoop. CW, right before that engagement, already reaches 3-item power spike. The Demon Hunter Sword, the the Corrosion Sight, and the Golden Staff. So now Onic are absolutely going to try and make use of this mid-game power spike before Evos can even adjust and itemize against all this damage, all this outplay potential.
But it doesn't mean that Evos are going to stay silent.
Blood Papers in the world with a vengeance now pops into ultimate, gets outpaid 3 members of Evos.
That was costly. So many resources baited out just from that play, and that again is the prowess of Lutpi on the Thamus with the vengeance as well. A little bit of a win, however, for Evos, despite them having to let that entire thing go. They're able to get a little bit of pressure in the top side, but they don't get the turret even. It's still a push with the Lord and the minions.
And with the siege advantage, with the Farsa, threatening with the burst damage, and Keyboy just very sneakily inching in right behind the members of Evos. Now they're confused. Now they're not sure where danger is going to come from.
Gets out. But that does signal that Onic are still perfect for the siege, right? Feather Airstrike still up for grabs. Keyboy can still go in as well. It's a ticking time bomb. Let's see if they're able to find that window.
Fluffy used I'm offended. Annabelle trying to go and clear out the waves in the mid lane as that's going to be Onic trying to go for the siege up top. Dreams going to be knocked up, taunted up, and the Breath of the Ocean finds its mark as well. Rough waves. Dreams taken out by CW. Kyrie with the dash forward, and the Praisers wrath and the taunt down on the Fluffy, who's still able to sustain for a bit as the Lord and CW takes the base turret up top.
Wow, Brands is trying his best to clear, but looking at his inventory, he only has the Feather of Heaven and the Starlium. Not really enough damage, and he's always zoned away by the Feather Airstrike, by the Piercer's Wrath, and even by Keyboy.
Oh, 2-man, I'm offended by Fluffy as he pops in the flank. CW blazing duet to the back, finds them all, but look at the divergent rotation play. Able to find Kyrie. That's one. Keyboy in the back now onto Annabelle with the Petrify, the Breath of the Ocean. Annabelle dodges away. Keyboy gets a bit of HP, gets out, but the turret shoots him down.
It's a 2-for-2 trade, but I gotta say that was great plays coming in from Evos, right? They minimized the damage, one inhibitor turret in the top side, Fluffy made a really great I'm offended play. I understand that it was kind of turned around by the damage being given in by CW. But granted, Annabelle with the outplays as well in the bottom side of the map. I want to see that again.
Here's a replay, right on cue. Begins with Onic just being aggressive. They're clumping up together, and that's where the I'm offended is used. But immediately, Onic just turned it around with that blazing duet. Afterwards, though, everyone was going back, but Keyboy feels that I'm gonna trade my life for Fluffy. It's gonna be worth it. And technically, he's not completely wrong, right? Being the roamer, being able to take down the EXP laner, put him even further behind, make him less tanky. He can't really fulfill the same role that he was fulfilling in game number 1, being the main front line, main source of reliable crowd control. So now, without real solid frontliners, if you look at the items right here, for Dreams, he does have the blade armor. For Fluffy, Athena to try and deal with the burst damage, but immediately into the Immortal against basic attacks, against DPS. He can't really sustain that much. So Evos, they have no one to really move forward and take that damage safely enough to really be able to set up for any kind of counterplay.
And we can see that. That's just going to be a free lord for the yellow porcupines right now. Evos, they still need a little bit more time. Oh no, Sans Holy Crystal.
Yikes.
CW full items as well. Is it possible for them to lengthen this game to wait for Brands' power spike?
If they want to do so, they have to try and find a catch. Just punish one of these over-aggression. But look at that burst! Sans! With the artillery! That's what Brent can expect if he wants to participate in the next fight. Now we're seeing more Sans-esque plays. Just staying in the front here on the Farsa.
And the problem is, what is he supposed to do? Uh-oh, Keyboy, is he going in for Annabelle 1v1?
Oh, he used everything.
Oh, no.
Keyboy, that was disgusting.
That was dirty.
Unreal. The read on the punctures, getting the knockups, and now on Onic, they're letting the Lord getting cleared out actually, but the waves are still coming. They are still waiting for an opportunity here.
Keyboy has the Holy Crystal too, by the way. So that damage that you saw earlier on, that's nothing compared to what it's going to be like now. Look at that siege, the damage, Fluffy.
Let's go for the I'm offended here. Oh, he does. He uses it. It gets baited out by CW. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Dreams trying to keep this base turret intact. Lookpi is doing a good job at zoning the back line right now. As that's going to be Keyboy once again with the rough waves, dealing so much damage to Claw and Dreams. Goes the Breath of the Ocean at the choke point. Annabelle with the puncture forward, but he does not have the puncture back now. Sans is looking for it. Thorn Rose defensively by Annabelle. Fluffy has the flicker, but he will not go for that I'm offended. Not just yet. 3 base turrets down.
Interesting. Interesting. Feather of, no, Blood Wings for Brands.
He's feeling the pressure from all this burst damage. Kiwo and Sans are doing an amazing job just denying him any real participation. And look at Annabelle, still always chased down at every single turn.
Whoa. It's feeling personal here. Sans even popped the feather airstrike to try to take Annabelle down.
It's a great play for Onic here. They know that the Natan, you have to try and deal with him. Usually we see him getting focused down, getting dove on, Lolita to block the attacks. Onic right now, they're using zoning, right? It's not just the feathered airstrike, it's also the rough waves and all these spells that Onic are just throwing down so that Brands has to always watch his step. It's not always fatal when he gets hit by one of those, but 1 or 2 spells alone will be enough to try to get him low enough that he has to back away.
Well, he has the flicker, but now he's going to get chain CC down. Has the flicker in the end. Dispersion and the rotation comes down. His feather airstrike gets popped in as well. In the back line, it's going to be Loopy all alone. Pops in a Vengeance and a blazing duet. CW melting them down. And I'm offended to stop this engage from happening. And my goodness, that's going to be Claw Falls. Loopy traded as well. Keyboy finds Annabelle and Brands as well. Keyboy with the assassination of the back line. 3-4-2.
Keyboy, what an absolute monster. 2-for-1 there. He was able to take out Annabelle and Brands in one fell swoop as a roamer. Now with 3 members down, 2 members alone, can they defend as Onic goes for it?
Kyrie slowly going. Dreams. Immortality popped. CW looking to melt him down as well. That's a good knockup, and CW goes for the battle mirror image aggressively. Now straight for the base. An equalizer by the Sky Kings, 1-1.
Welcome to game number 3. We got a convincing game in game number 1 by Evos, but now we get a convincing game by Onic in game number 2, giving us nostalgia from the good old Onic days. Keyboy on his power pick Kadita. We see Sans on a high ground hero like the Farsa that is way more mobile and does so much more damage than the Eve. It suits his playstyle a little bit more, and we saw it being able to come through to force this to the end, the very end.
Someone please tell me, what season is it? Onic, man, turning back the clock with a creative solution to this Natan problem